Hold on. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Jake Reviews, and it's Car Talk Monday. I'm sorry I forgot to post last week. I was really busy with schoolwork, so I didn't have time to make a video. And so let's go ahead and catch you guys up. Nothing much has happened. We have a few things to talk about. First, Ferrari is making, like I said before, the automakers are now making different air masks and ventilators for people that have with the virus. And Ferrari is taking their 3D printers and making ventilators with their logo on it, which is really cool. And in terms of actual cars, like actual car news, Ford has, well, not Ford. We have leaked pictures of the new next generation of the Ford F-150. If you don't know what that is, it's the truck you see everywhere, because it's at one point was the best-selling truck in America, and since now it's the current model has gone really old now, other brands have stepped up and given entire new models of their trucks, and everybody wants to buy that instead. So it's like nobody wants to buy that 50. So Ford's like, okay, we need to step it up and get a new model out there, so that way people will buy it. And which is good. So I'm looking forward to it. These are the pictures I'm going to show you guys right now. Aren't official. These are not official pictures, but these are leaked pictures. So these aren't mine. I really like the front end of what I'm able to see. It's a lot less aggressive and more of tough look, which I'm glad Ford is going for, because their big tagline for trucks is "For built tough." Whenever you try a truck, that's what they go for. And the looks of the current generation doesn't look really tough. It looks very aggressive, almost kind of like it's gonna go fast. And I'm like, you don't want that. When you buy a truck, you want it to work. You want it to pull, tow. You want something that looks like that. And it doesn't really, the current generation doesn't really have that look. This new look definitely have that appeal. It's much more a stronger, very sharp LED edges that make it just looks very much stronger. It looks actually quite big for the size. And a big thing that the F-150 needed badly was a new interior. Because when they updated the truck in 2018, gave it a facelift, they did nothing to the interior. Which I think makes sense. It had to do with money and everything. But can at least have done something to the interior, add another option, add something to it. Yes, they added some features into it, but really they didn't do much in terms. It looks exactly the same. So if you had 2016, you unless you really wanted that new look, there's no point in getting a new one. Now this new interior is all new, and it's fresh look that the F-150 needed. Big changes. I know a lot of people are not going to like this, especially truck enthusiasts, is that we no longer have any gauges. It's the speedometer and all that display is all one digital display, which you guys know I really like that. And I think it's really something that the F-150 really needed, so it's really nice. You have lots of new changes. You have the new Sync 3, Sync 4, whatever they're going to call it, with different stuff. I don't know about what that's going to do. Again, these are just spy photos. Ford doesn't even want people to know it's coming, so it's crazy. And you have the gear shift they change a little bit. It looks nice. And then one thing I really like is the dials for like the air conditioning and the heat and stuff. The temperature, like the number of how hot it is, how cold it is on the dial itself. It's a little screen. I think that's cool. I know a lot of other brands do that for different cars, especially high end. Especially if you get a Porsche, they'll have that. And I'm glad Ford is putting that in there, because it cleans up the look and still gives you what you need, which I really like. So Will I be buying one? I have no need for a truck, but my dad buys F-150, so he will be buying one. And as soon as he gets his, I'll be posting a review on it for you guys. So look forward to that. It won't be probably he's not getting one this year mainly because of the whole this crisis. So some point next year, expect that review to go up. This is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. A big thing I'm glad Ford didn't do is it's in the Expedition. Which is, if you guys didn't know, the Expedition is the same frame as the F-150. It's just they added a top. It's just a top one. It just doesn't have a bed. That's all it is. If you didn't know that, look it up. It's hilarious. And make the thing difference between the Expedition and the F-150 is the it doesn't have a gear shift like you pull. It has a dial, and I don't like the dial. The dial is I've used it before. I've driven Ford vehicles with the dial. I don't really like it. It's really weird. I'm glad that the F-150 Ford decided not to do that because that would be very, very bad on them. And they kept a nice, good-looking gear shift. It actually looks a lot better than the other one. I really like it. It's wrapped in leather. It's got some wood trim on it. It's a really nice shifter. I'm quite impressed by it. And it's just a really good-looking truck, and I'm really looking forward it to coming out because it is the truck that Ford needed. But it's what it needed, and I'm looking forward to see what they do with the F-250 and the F-350 and all the other 50s. Now the F-250, in my opinion, doesn't need too much of a change. I think they should obviously give a new look, but I think they should kind of just modify it just a little bit because it already looks perfect. I don't see there's really no change. It has the way they did the LEDs, unlike with the F-150, they've made it more rectangular, so it looks more tough. So especially and big and bad. That's why people buy these big trucks, is they like to feel the king of kings on the road and be able to tow stuff. So that's I'm glad they did that. I have my neighbor who is he's moving, but still my neighbor currently. And he has an F-250, and he tows his race cars and all kinds of stuff around with it. He seems to like it, so it's pretty nice. In terms of other brands, like I said, the brands have already given out new models of their trucks, so that's why Ford is doing it. But they're kind of late in the game. But a big company that needs to redo is the Toyota Tundra and the Nissan Titan. Now, the Titan's exterior is much... If you don't know what it looks like, here you go. It looks a lot better than the Toyota Tundra. It's fresh. It's got a new look. It's very sharp looking. I really like the look of it. But once you hop inside and you see all this old technology that Nissan just hasn't changed, I mean, it's like they need to change. It needs a new interior bad. I mean, it's not as bad as Toyota, but still, it needs a refresher. I mean, you have a tiny little infotainment screen, which I don't mind small infotainment screen if I'm not paying that much for the truck, but when I buy a 60, 80,000 truck, I don't want a screen that's the size of this. I'm sorry. I don't want this. I don't want something that's literally what it is. This is probably even bigger than that. It's hilarious. I want at least I would say 7 inches for the base model. That's a good size screen. And for the 80,000, at least make it 15. Because you need a big screen. The bigger the screen, the better it is. Now I don't expect Ford to put a giant screen like Ram did, but if they want to do that, that's fine. But I don't care if they do. It's nice, but really it's not necessary. Just a good size 15-inch screen will do. That's all you need. And then the gear shift besides that, it looks fine. So yeah, Nissan it needs a bag. I don't expect them. They'll really need to make a full digital display, mainly because they don't know how to do that. None of their cars have it, so I don't really expect them to do that. So they don't really need to do that. but they do need. Oh, they need to fix a couple things. You know, it looks really good. It doesn't need that much. It's a really good looking truck, especially the what's it called? The Platinum Reserve, I think that's what it's called. It's a really good looking truck, and you get lots of sway interior, the leather, it has the embroideries and stuff. It looks nice. It just you need new technology. So that's all you need, Nissan. Toyota, I understand what you're trying to do. The reason why Toyota doesn't change anything is because they're all about reliability, and if this they know it's not going to last as long, they don't do it, which makes sense. But Toyota, get your head in the game. If you really want to get back in the truck market and make people sell them like you want them to, you need to redo the Tundra entirely. Because I'll admit the it does look somewhat modern, but really it's kind of like what I feel about the Titan, but it's worse. It's worse than the Titan. The interior, once you get inside, you feel like you're looking at a 2010 truck. 2010 to 20, I want to say 12-ish truck. That's really that's all you're looking at, and I really recommend Toyota redo the interior because it needs it bad. Now that's not saying that Toyota doesn't have any good looking interiors. They do. If you look at the Avalon, especially the TRD, the Camry, and the new Toyota Corolla, the hatchback. I'm not going to mention the Supra because that's not entirely Toyota. I'm not going to mention that. It looks good. It's modern. It has new technology. It's their new language. Is what they're going for. And then you get an Tundra, and it doesn't have that at all. None of that's representative. So it's like, why, Toyota? So Toyota really, really needs to change that. I know that's not mainly what they try to. That's not their big seller, but Toyota, you're getting beat by Ford and the American company, especially Ram. Ram is kicking your ass badly. You need to change it. Oh yeah, that's about it for car news on them. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the F150. I really hope this gets the Japanese brands to redo their trucks and put new technology that needs it, especially the Tundra. Because otherwise, the American manufacturers are gonna kick you out of the water, which in my opinion, it's kind of sad because what I like about Toyota and I would not Nissan now, Nissan before. Toyota and Nissan are really good reliability cars. They last forever. They last way longer than the F-150s and stuff. Yes, they're really good looking trucks with all the new gadgets and stuff, but they don't last nearly as long. So if Toyota can just give a new modern look, and same thing with Nissan, fix their reliability issues, they'll be selling them like hotcakes. Because there is a reason why the American companies are no longer selling sedans. They can't keep up with the Japanese. I mean, I'm serious. I did forget. Oh, one more thing. I did forget to talk about the Honda Ridgeline. That's not the same size as the F-150, but that's all they have. That's okay for now. It's modern enough. It's Honda realizing they needed to redo a few years ago, and they gave what it needed, so it's fine for now. But I would like the Honda to make a bigger version of the Ridgeline, maybe call it the XL, and just make it a little bit bigger, tow more for people who are looking for a Honda mid-size pickup truck, mid-size full-size pickup truck that can tow as much as a 150 to tie in, because it just would be nice. And I wouldn't buy one because I'm a Toyota and Ford enthusiast, and well, I'm just not a Honda enthusiast in terms of trucks, but I know lots of people who would love to buy a Ridgeline XL if it was bigger, because like I said, they want reliability. They don't care if it doesn't have the latest and greatest technology. They just want something to last. So if Honda just made the Ridgelines a little bit bigger, and then add, I would say, make it look more aggressive and tough looking. And maybe add some unique features like a trailer assist like Ford has. Something like that. It'll sell. Trust me, it'll sell. Especially in America, we eat Japanese crap up. Have you seen the anime lately? We like I don't even watch TV anymore. All I do is watch anime and stuff that's on Netflix. I mean, I'm serious. Yeah, that's it for this Car Check Money. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm normally not in this chair due to COVID-19. I am stuck here at home, so I can't review any cars. That's why I'm called Just Check Your Roots. If you didn't know, I do have a review. I do have reviews that I've done before this epidemic, so be sure and check those out if you're new. But those are my returning subscribers. Be sure you hit the notification bell because I'm gonna be doing lots of videos for you guys, and ain't gonna stop. Alright, that's it. See ya.